Okay, this is a very beginning game in Scratch. It's a starter maze. Um, from here you can learn to make much more complex ones. To play the game, just go here to the Scratch address. So this is a quick look at the game in motion. You can move the character using the arrow keys. They can't go through the wall barriers. And when you get over to the guard, it will send you back to the beginning and then move it through, get to the victory portal, and you will get the win condition, which could go to another level if you designed it that way. This is set up very simplistically. It's done with a lot of kids' drawings so that you could do this offline with a lot of pencil and paper, then scan these into the computer using just one computer to write the game. So this is basic elements. This scene here is from the earlier version 1.4 of Scratch. The 2.0 will be shown later and just have a few minor differences. Again, you can see here there's really only 7 elements: the hero, the guard, some barriers, a victory portal, and a background. And they're all visible at all times. The background, you don't even need this, but if you want to add other screens to it later, like instruction screens and stuff, that will help. Remember, the game board is laid out in a XY grid, X horizontal, Y vertical, and positive, and then negative, and every point has a unique XY address where things are measured from or go to, and the hero is going to start down in this bottom corner. Again, the hero has just 3 simple commands here. This is your initialization, setting it up and where to start. These are to how to move it, and this is the sensor that picks up if it's touching the guard to simply, in this case, go back to the start. Again, you can see our starting point would be down here, and so they're both negatives. In this case, the barriers are all kind of gray, even though they're drawings. They have a similar color. So you use an eyedropper tool, pick up the color, and can set that as the sensor. All your movements are going to be a nested if. You're going to have an if with the arrow direction, then change by a certain amount, and then nested inside that if is your sensor. So if this is moved to the right 3, then this is going to go backwards. However, this was left, go -3. This would be positive, go +3 to bounce off. So that's the bounce off command. In cases where you may not be able to use that because of multicoloring, or the color that you want to use is also in the background, you can do it this way, where you call out the actual names of the sprites. Well, 1, 2. It's a little long and ungainly, but it works even better because it's very precise. If the hero gets touched by the guard, that sensor is inside the hero. It simply goes back. However, you could also have in there something where you have a health bar where the hero would lose points or lives, and make it more interesting that way. The barrier walls are very simple. They just have their initialization command of start at this place, be visible, go forward. Wall 2, because it's sideways, does have this direction command, and you can see the direction here with these blue lines of which way things are facing. Again, you could actually in an advanced game have these barriers actually moving, but that would be another set of commands. The guard, again, same thing, initialization, and then just marches back and forth. Repeat, move positive, Y, up, 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 and then back down, 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 down. So you're negative. And with a slight hesitation, wait in there, so it's not continuous. It's kind of more of a jerky motion, back and forth. If it's taking too long, you can change this to a shorter amount of time. If it's too fast, you can change that to give the hero more of a chance. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in balance. The victory portal is the only thing that's got 2 costumes or 2 skins to it. Again, initialization part, and here is if touching the hero. If the hero touches it, then to go change your costume to the you win, and then bounce around randomly, bounce off the walls for 30 times. Again, this could also trigger another level in a multi-level game. And here you can see the 2 costumes. So there's where it starts, and there's the you win costume. Here's the Scratch 2.0 version, and you can just see your display screens on the left this time, and your coding palette is on the right. The other thing is I noticed in this one, this version of the 2.0, this was a little sensitive. There was a little pieces of enough of gray in here that I had to kind of scribble over that and make it blue for, otherwise the hero got hung up there. In this case, if there was enough of that, doing the wall thing or calling out the names would be better. Again, switch sides, very similar. The important thing to remember is balance, to balance the game, to get the game running, and then to adjust sizes or positions or code so the game is not too easy or too hard. Yeah, you want to avoid either of those just right. And it's important to have other people play it who haven't worked on it so you can see their reactions to playing the game for the first time or to be new at it. Another interesting thing is reskinning. You can reskin a game. This is the exact same game, the exact same code, but I've just inserted different images here, and you can slip those in very easily and keep the same code and maybe only make some very simple adjustments. So again, you can do a lot of things here with some more drawings. Or this one shows where we actually did a game all with digital figures of an actual classroom, although we did use some clip art here for the barriers. And this character had some GIF motion, had some boxing motions as he moved back and forth. And there's your victory portal to get there. And you have, in this case, a second guard guarding the door. That's the teacher of that room. So again, go in, set it up, do your erasing, save things as a PNG file to keep it transparent. The best thing is to use Photoshop or GIMP. If you don't have either of those, you can use the Scratch as a paint editor, and you can, in those, here's the version 1.420, erase there using the little erasing tools there. And also you can set up where the XY is measured from, where your center is. And there it is for the 1.4 and the 2.0. Showing these students that I had done that classroom with. They were working on one computer with a smart board and really got into playing with it and adjusting it, making the changes. And also here we showed them later at the end of the day you could run some robots off of Scratch also. Scratch will not work on an iPad. So the thing is, if you want to use that, there's this Poyon key. It's at this site. It's fully compatible with Scratch and works really, really great. You can move back and forth with that. So that will help out if you want to work with tablet or iPad tablets.